Imagine a world where a young woman rises from the shadows of political intrigue and personal danger to become one of the most powerful and iconic rulers in history. Elizabeth I of England, a queen who redefined an era, navigated treacherous waters of betrayal and war, and led her country into a golden age. Was she a cunning strategist, a beloved monarch, or a woman of profound loneliness and sacrifice? Stay tuned as we uncover the remarkable story of the Virgin Queen. The life and legacy of Elizabeth I, birth and early life. Elizabeth I was born on September 7, 1533, to King Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn. Her birth was met with great disappointment, as her father desperately desired a male heir. Anne Boleyn's subsequent failure to produce a son led to her downfall and execution when Elizabeth was just 2.5 years old. Elizabeth's early life was fraught with danger and uncertainty, but these very challenges would forge her into one of the most formidable monarchs in history. Early life and education. After her mother's execution, Elizabeth was declared illegitimate and removed from the line of succession. However, she received an exceptional education, becoming fluent in several languages, including Latin, French, Italian, and Spanish. Elizabeth was also well versed in philosophy, history, and theology, guided by some of the best tutors of the time, including the renowned Roger Ascham. This education equipped her with the intellectual tools necessary to navigate the complex political landscape she would later face. Path to the throne. Elizabeth's path to the throne was anything but straightforward. Her half-brother, Edward VI, ascended to the throne in 1547, but died young, triggering a succession crisis. A staunch Catholic, Mary sought to restore England to Catholicism and viewed Elizabeth, a Protestant, with suspicion and hostility. Elizabeth's life was in constant peril during Mary's reign, culminating in her imprisonment in the Tower of London in 1554. Despite these dangers, Elizabeth's resilience never wavered. She was eventually released and, upon Mary's death in 1558, ascended to the throne at the age of 25. Elizabeth's coronation marked the beginning of an era that would see England transformed from a troubled nation into a global power. Early reign and religious settlement. Elizabeth's early reign was marked by the need to stabilize a country divided by religious conflict. Her solution was the Elizabethan religious settlement, which established the Church of England's independence from Rome and sought a middle way between Catholicism and Protestantism. This settlement not only secured Elizabeth's position, but also laid the groundwork for religious peace in England. Elizabeth proved to be a shrewd and pragmatic ruler. She surrounded herself with loyal and capable advisors, such as William Cecil and Francis Walsingham, who helped her navigate the complex political landscape. Her reign saw the flourishing of the arts, the expansion of trade, and the beginning of England's colonial ambitions. The Spanish Armada. One of the most defining moments of Elizabeth's reign was the defeat of the Spanish Armada in 1588. Philip II of Spain, angered by England's support of the Protestant cause in the Netherlands and English piracy against Spanish ships, launched a massive fleet to invade England. Elizabeth's speech to her troops at Tilbury remains one of the most famous orations in history. "I know I have the body of a weak and feeble woman, but I have the heart and stomach of a king, and of a king of England too." The defeat of the Armada was a turning point, establishing England as a dominant naval power, and Elizabeth as a formidable and celebrated ruler. If you're fascinated by stories of powerful women in history, don't forget to subscribe to History Flicks. Hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest videos, exploring the most intriguing figures and events that shaped our world. The Golden Age. The period known as the Elizabethan era is often celebrated as a golden age of English culture. This era saw the rise of William Shakespeare, Christopher Marlowe, and a flourishing of the arts that left an indelible mark on English history. Elizabeth herself was a patron of the arts, and her court became a centre of culture and innovation. Elizabeth's support of the arts helped to create an environment where creativity could thrive. The construction of theatres, such as the Globe, provided a space for playwrights and actors to perform. This cultural renaissance not only enriched English society, but also contributed to the legacy of the English language and literature. Challenges and controversies. Despite her successes, Elizabeth's reign was not without challenges. The question of succession loomed large, as Elizabeth never married and produced an heir, earning her the title the Virgin Queen. This decision, while politically astute in avoiding foreign entanglements, also led to uncertainty about England's future. Elizabeth also faced significant challenges in Ireland, where her attempts to assert English control met with fierce resistance, leading to prolonged conflict and rebellion. The 9 Years' War, 1594 to 1603, was a major conflict during her reign, highlighting the difficulties of maintaining control over Ireland. Elizabeth's reign also saw the execution of Mary, Queen of Scots, in 1587. Mary's presence had been a constant threat due to her Catholic support and claim to the English throne. However, her execution strained Elizabeth's relationships with Catholic Europe, further complicating her foreign policy. Elizabeth's later years. In her later years, Elizabeth faced personal and political difficulties. The death of her longtime advisor and friend, Robert Dudley, deeply affected her. The burdens of war, economic hardship, and failed harvests also took their toll. Yet Elizabeth remained a symbol of strength and stability, even as the realities of her long reign began to weigh heavily on her. The Spanish Armada's defeat was a high point, but it was followed by continued conflicts with Spain and other European powers. The financial strain of these wars, along with poor economic conditions, led to increasing unrest at home. Despite these challenges, Elizabeth continued to govern with a firm hand. Her resilience and determination kept her in power until her death in 1603. She had successfully navigated her country through religious turmoil, foreign threats, and domestic challenges, leaving a nation transformed. Legacy. Elizabeth first died on March 24, 1603, ending the Tudor dynasty, but leaving a lasting legacy. She had successfully navigated her country through religious turmoil, foreign threats, and domestic challenges. Her reign saw the birth of the British Empire and a cultural renaissance that continues to be celebrated today. Elizabeth I is remembered as one of England's greatest monarchs. Her intelligence, political acumen, and ability to inspire loyalty and respect from her subjects have cemented her place in history. She left a nation transformed and a legacy that endures through the centuries. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the life and legacy of Elizabeth I. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and let us know in the comments what other historical figures or events you'd like to learn about. Don't forget to subscribe to History Flicks and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Until next time, keep exploring history's fascinating stories.